Hello, Libra. This is Mystic Inspirations. My name is Leanne. Welcome to your July tarot forecast. I'm actually going to reshuffle real quick. My my intuition is just saying, you know what, this needs to be redone here. So I apologize for this. Meanwhile, I guess I could tell you I do a daily oracle card of the day on my Facebook page. Please feel free to find me there, Mystic Inspirations. Also, what else was I wanting to say? Oh, about your rising sign or your moon sign. Please feel free to check out videos for those. A lot of times with general monthly readings, Justice popped out twice now, and this is you, Libra. This is, the Justice card. This is definitely pertaining to you. So, Libra for the month of July. So your ascendant or rising, both the same, or moon sign can very much indicate more so in some of these general readings because of the planetary transits. If you listen to all three videos, or two if you have some that are the same, you might get a better story or picture of what's actually happening. So I have found that to be true in my case. So in any way, let's get going for you, Libra. Okay. So we've got our focus cards. This guy fell out for you earlier as well before I reshuffled. And the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay. So now then, first of all, our underlying energy or overall theme that will be sort of ribboning through the month of July for us. I say us, I'm a Libra, Libra sun anyway. Eight of Cups. This is walking away from an emotional situation. Okay, this is turning your back on that which no longer emotionally fulfills you. This is not a bad card. Some decks name this card abandonment. Well, yes, I suppose in a sense it is abandonment, but not in the sense of, leaving a kitten by the side of the road or something awful. This is taking into account that which no longer serves you and deciding and moving forward. Okay? Whether you know where you're going or not, this is the best choice. Okay? And you are to use your intuition to follow your set path. Okay? So this is what's sort of the underlying theme for July. Now, one of our focus cards, we've got three here. We have the Hermit, we have the Empress, and we have the World. Okay, so very interesting. With the Hermit here, we definitely have the feeling of sort of going in a cave. I always feel like, I don't know, I always think of like a coal miner, like they're going into a cave with their little lantern. This is seeking enlightenment, okay? This is meditating, this is studying, this is seeking awareness, seeking knowledge, wisdom. And so there's a bit of solitude that comes with this card. And it's interesting that, this awareness and enlightenment is very much colored similarly to this Eight of Cups, right? Where you've maybe found some enlightenment, and by the throughout the month, and then you have to decide to walk away. But this hermit is also sort of a loner. Okay, this is maybe finding your knowledge and your enlightenment through study time, alone study time. Where you sort of block off, turn your cell phones off and whatnot, and you're doing maybe it's an online class. We are in 2016 right now, so um, not necessarily going to the library and pulling out a book. However, it could be something like that, where you're doing sort of a personal self-realization journey, um, through whatever course you're taking, and you're having to write things down and sort of look over it and reassess. Now, the hermit, um, in July, you may just be looking for some time alone. Okay, Libra? Now, it's interesting because beside the hermit, we have the Empress, and she is the creator of life. Okay, you can see she's got a very cold background, but she has warmed everything up. Wherever she goes, she creates life. She creates abundance. She creates stability. She multiplies. She is fertile. Everything she touches um, sort of turns to green. Okay, so this is a very abundant, very caring, nurturing, loving card, and it's possible, Libra, that that's what you're seeking. Okay, you may want that loving and nurturing energy, and you may have to go into solitude to get it, because you'll have to do that for yourself, Libra. Okay, and with this Empress card sitting beside the World, um, the Empress is, the giver of life. Okay, she's definitely birth, birth of a new idea, birth of a child, birth of a new an endeavor that you're. It's sort of the like if this isn't an actual baby, because guess what? I'm a Libra and there's no baby, promise. This could be the actual manifestation, the birth of a creative project that you've been working on. And as Libras, we always have things going through our heads, right? So we have that creative ability, that artistic ability. This is actually the birth. This is the newness of it. Okay, this is after that final push. This is the birth of. Um, so we have the World here. So for July, um, the World is a cycle that is ending. Okay, and it very much goes along with the Empress in that, if you think of it, obviously, not everybody is pregnant, and so this is not a literal interpretation. But if you think about it in terms of a pregnancy, for humans anyway, we usually have a 9-month gestation, 40 weeks, right? And this Empress is the birth of the creator. She's the womb. She's the giver of life. Well, we have the World coming in saying this is the end of a cycle. So, of course it is. When you give birth, you are no longer pregnant. You are then, you know, then there's two of you, right? Or more. Um, this is the end of a cycle in that you can't go back. Okay, this is um, graduating high school. You will never go back to high school. Okay, it's a chapter in your life that has closed. Going through puberty. You will never go through puberty again. Okay, this is a life cycle that has happened and it's over. Okay, and with endings and completions, you've accomplished what you set out to do, and this is the fruition of all of your life um, lessons, all of the wisdom you've acquired along the way, for whatever this situation is, more than likely for this project that you've sought enlightenment about. This is the culmination of all of that coming to an end, and a new cycle will begin. Okay, so it's no longer in the planning stage. It's no longer in the, the nurturing stage. Okay, now it's birth, and it's here. Now we start a new cycle. Okay, so help that's coming to you is the Eight of Swords. Okay, sort of an odd card again, for help that's coming to you, but I feel like very much all of the doubts, all of the things that are holding you back, Libra, they are all in your mind. All you need to do is take your blinder off, and you can maneuver through all of these things that keep you stuck and stagnant and paralyzed. Okay, all of the fears, all of the doubts, all of the opinions of others that you are taking to heart. It feels like you are stranded and stuck, but you're not. Okay, and the help that's coming to you is that you're not. Okay, this is all. I hate to say all in your head, but really it is. You're an air sign. We're air signs. We are in our heads all the time. So if you're continuing to think about worst case scenario, it's going to paralyze you out of fear. Okay, so the help coming to you is that, the help is that it's not actual. It hasn't manifested. All these fears, all of these doubts, all of these negative thoughts, they're just in your head. Or maybe they're just communicated via text or email or what have you. But the help coming to you is that it's not real. Okay? None of these actually show any type of danger towards you. There's nothing to fear here. So what if you get a bad comment on one of your, social media posts? So what? So one person out of the whole frickin' universe didn't like what you said. Guess what? It's going to happen. Move forward. And that's what's going to help you, is that, none of this manifested. You didn't actually get, shredded up by all of these negative fears. You're just standing there, and you're very well able to move forward. So that help is coming to you, Libra. Now, what is going to happen and what may hinder you? This is Ten of Wands. This is, oh my, you have been carrying a heavy load, and honest to goodness, this is the end. Okay, this very much goes with this card, in that it's the end of something. You have picked up your passion and moved on. Okay, I don't know if you can see this very well, but the castle is right there. Okay, you're on your way to your best destination. Okay, so in July you have to remember that you may have to carry more responsibility in order to carry this that you created. It may feel like a heavy load, okay? But you're going to get the world out of it, okay? It's where you're supposed to go. This is the castle, okay? You're heading to greatness. This energy is happening. You will be dealt more responsibility. You will have to carry the load. You will have to decide which stakes you're going to pick up and take with you. You will have to decide which ones you leave on the ground. Okay, and I feel like that's where this Eight of Cups is coming in as well, is that, do you carry everybody's emotional input with you? Or do you just take what you know is passionate for you, what is inspiring to you, what is that fire for you, and that's what you move forward with. And Libra, what you will be leaving the month of July with then is the Fool. Okay, this is new beginnings. This is taking a leap of faith. This is that new cycle. Okay, this is kind of incredible. These are the first and last cards of the major arcana. Okay, um, these are life happenings. Okay, life circumstances. So we've got a cycle that's ending in July, and by the end of July, you're starting your new adventure. Okay, so um, just know that you will be walking away from something in order to start this. Okay, and this is newness. You may feel like a fool. You may feel um, a little blinded, but you've got your familiar with you. You've got guidance, and you know what? This is a new adventure. Embrace it, um, love it, do it. Take that leap of faith. You don't want to live a life of regrets. And the truth is, the door is shut on the old way of living anyway. Okay? And it may just be that you are a little bit, it's emotional to walk away from something that you've, even if there is a situation that is not fulfilling you emotionally anymore, you may be feeling emotional about the fact that a season of your life has finished. Okay, um, it's like when you let's say a child that gets married or leaves the home, or you know your parent has to be put into a home. Like there's an ending of something, and it is emotionally tugging at your heart. But if you've done what you can do, then it's time to move forward. Okay, and this might be your family drama that you're just going to have to say, you know what, I've I've put in my 2 cents worth, and I can't do anymore. Call me when you can not argue about it, and we'll talk some more. And so, this also may be part of this Eight of Swords here, that you're hearing all of these negative things and nobody's wanting to come to a conclusion about anything. Okay? So the help is that you're just going to stay quiet. You're going to say, you know what? I'm out of here. You want to talk all of this nonsense? I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm staying away from the negativity. In fact, I'm walking away from it. Okay? And these 2 8s, I will say, if there are 2 8s in a reading that are close to each other, and in this instance, they're not close to each other, but they certainly, this card is riveting through the whole month, so it's close to all of the cards, right? 2 8s can indicate an increase in knowledge and awareness. So, you're going to have some insight, okay? And that's what you've been seeking all along, anyhow. Okay, Libra? And that will give you guidance and propel you through to this beautiful new adventure that you're going to be starting. I'm excited to see what that is, because that's me too. All right, I will see you back here in August. I hope to see you here in August anyway. I would love for you to comment, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.